Hello everyone, I hope you're well, smelling great, you're enjoying your favourite fragrances, and today we'll be opening this Versace Pour Homme Oud Noir. So here we are with Versace Pour Homme, and this is a blind buy. I bought it because I've discovered I like oud basically, and if I'm to be fair to fragrances, designer fragrances, I find Versace are pretty much up there with one of the best designer fragrances, or easy accessible designer fragrances. Dylan Blue, Eros Parfum, Eros Flame, several others. So I thought, well, this was 65 English pounds for 100 ml, and I thought, let's do it. Let's go for a blind buy. Based on that track record, they're three fragrances I really like from the house, and so yeah, 65 English pounds. Is it a lot? Possibly, but for a blind buy. Yeah, it depends. Well, anyway, let's open this. So that's it. Cellophane off. Black box. Nothing much to comment on that. I believe this is a similar bottle to Dylan Blue actually, and another Versace one which I haven't got. So that's it there. Interesting bottle. Goes black into opalescent see-through, clear at the top. Yeah, not much more to say. It's quite a nice bottle actually, with a gold collar, plastic bottle. Can actually smell something of that. Smells nice though. Look at it. Hope it's not leaking. Right, let's get straight in because I've just smelt that. So already loving that. But the thing that first hit me there was Parfum de Marly Shaggy. Very similar oud in that. That's nice. What can I say? That's beautiful. That's that. Okay, shaggier, and I've just got a hint of Molecule 1, eccentric. Those two together. That's what's coming out here, with a less lemon, less citrus of. There's no, well, it didn't feel citrusy. Well, take that back actually. It's less citrusy than the PDM. Okay, so I could quite easily see this fitting lovely into the collection. No qualms there already, just based on that opening. I've already got a sense, an idea of what type of fragrance this is, and yeah, it ticks boxes for me. This video is going to be short and sweet because I'm hoping to do a double bill, and I don't know about anyone else, but editing seems to take a lot of time, so I'm trying to cut down on editing and just get videos out. Yeah, okay, so does this feel like it's going to last? This is absolutely wonderful. I really want to spray more, but I was conscious I sprayed quite a bit there. That's flipping lovely. What can I say? If this isn't in your collection and you like ouds, it probably isn't oud in this. What, £65 for 100 ml? However, it's definitely got that vibe. Okay, so it's a eau de parfum And looking at the bottom, it's 78% volume. So that's a 22% concentrate. That's quite strong, that is. Fuck, I can't get over that. £65 for this. Main accords here are warm, spicy, oud, fresh spicy, woody, leather, citrus, patchouli. So Versace Pour Homme Oud Noir by Versace is ambery woody fragrance for men. Versace Pour Homme Oud Noir was launched in 2013. Top notes black pepper, bitter orange, neroli. Middle notes are saffron, cardamom, and olibanum. Base notes are agarwood, oud, patchouli, and leatherwood. Let's have a little look at some pros about this fragrance. It's good for an introductory oud experience. Yeah, it's not too overpowering, though there's a strongness to it. Exquisite scent with woody oriental notes. Reasonably priced for a designer fragrance, 100%. This ranged from around 65 English pounds to around 100, 110 premium full retail. So anyone interested, shop around, it is on there for that. That's flipping lovely, yeah. Yeah, great for formal occasions and for people with an oriental taste. Is that like going out for Chinese, is it? Or oriental tasting fragrance. Tobacco, saffron, leather undertones created a pleasant aroma. Didn't know there's tobacco in this. There's a lot going off in this, to be fair. There's quite a bit. It's mixing up. It'd be interesting to see on the dry down what materialises. Longevity is impressive, lasting 12 hours or more. Well, I hope so. I mean, if that lasts for 12 hours. Now, I'm getting a bit of a vibe, to be fair. Or perhaps I'm being unfair. This feels a little dated. And I don't know whether that's because the ouds that I've been familiarising myself with are more modern. Bearing in mind this is 10 years old, so oud's not something really here in the UK that it's really taken off much 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Very little other than Middle Eastern fragrances. It's not really a UK mainstream fragrance to what it is today. It's much more popular today. The tastes here in the UK are way more nuanced now, and people do like certainly different stuff. I don't know about anyone else. I was in the perfume shop today, and what did I try? I tried the new Elixir, Jean Paul Gaultier, and the new Emporio Armani Stronger Review Absolutely, the recent release. And if I'm honest, they were just, I literally smelt them and I was bored. I was like, all right, okay. Well, I can't think of anything more boring. I know a lot of people are loving on the Elixir. I've worn it when it first come out, had a sample, and I've really wanted to like it. Because so many people are loving on it, and I'm just bored of it. It's boring. It's. And I question now, particularly with some onliners, whether it's just like, well, I don't want to say this, people getting paid to say it's they love it. Maybe they genuinely love it, and I'm being unfair with that, though. Come on, let's have some originality. It's nothing that was the word I used with the fragrance, I don't know what to call them. It's hard to know what to call people now. Through fear of offence. the person works in the perfumery shop, the word I used was familiar. It's just familiar. It's just like, I've smelt it before, and I was really underwhelmed, particularly with Stronger With You. I'm bored of that. I don't know, maybe that's just me. So recently I bought several oud oils, and one was Indian oud, one was Thai oud, and the other, I believe, might have been Cambodian oud. And I've only tried the Thai oud. I've sniffed them all, but in a wear, I've only tried the Thai oud, and I found putting a little bit of the oil around here, and then spraying like something like a Percival or a Sedley on top of that, something fresh, that it's been Odali as well, been really adding another dimension to those fragrances, which are a wonderful fragrance on their own, yet then add the oud underneath, and it's like, whoa. Yeah, so probably don't need it with this. Yeah, it is very oudy smelling. So yeah, cons for this: not mass appealing or suitable for all occasions. Yeah, again, it's back to that. Here in the UK, what's popular? So many people go for the Stronger Than Yous and the Jean Paul Gaultiers and the Sauvages and the blah blah blahs. Yeah, great. Not knocking them, though generic and boring and lacking any adventure. This wouldn't be mass appealing, I can't imagine. However, it's fantastic. Maybe when people do get bored of these designer fragrances, the other side of the argument is because fragrance can be expensive. And with certain designer fragrance, your Blue Chanels, your elixirs, the Sauvage elixirs, and I mean, Jean Paul Gaultiers are reasonably priced actually, though. Still, you're looking 100 to 200 quid for the top level designer fragrances. So that's a lot of money for most ordinary people. So I can understand why, if someone wants to just go out and have something, a few fragrances just for those occasions, that they gravitate towards those designer fragrances, and probably be reluctant to venture out into different ones, because they probably smell it on the mate and that smells lovely, that's amazing, or they've seen the mate get some success for the ladies and the boys or whatever, and it's like, yeah, so what's that you're wearing? And so yeah, though sheep is what I like to call it, sheepy, a bit like this. Sheep. I'm a sheep. I'm a sheep for oud though. I follow the oud crowd at the moment. They get bored of this. So yeah, little rant there. That probably meant nothing to anyone. So yeah, it's not suitable for all occasions. Probably not. Though me personally, I'd be comfortable wearing that anywhere. I would. I really would. And you know, to welcome people's comments on that, like, oh, I don't like that, or, you know, what's that you're wearing? You know, I'd like the conversation to start. So, as an introduction to it, well, this is an oud-based fragrance. It is the designer, Versace. Well, that means anything. So, well, I don't mind though. Right, lacks any real oud note for more experienced oud users. Yeah, 100%, this probably isn't legitimate oud, or if it is, it's a minute concentration. What I would suggest with this would be, because this is a killer. I can smell this. This is really something. What I would suggest, and it is merely a suggestion, is do get the oud oil, put some underneath this. I think that would enhance it. In fact, I'm going to do that. I've taught myself into it. I'm going to put some oud underneath when wearing this, to add a bit of authenticity to it. Not that it really needed, to be honest. I mean, for an easy accessible introduction to oud, or the essence or aroma of oud, this is fantastic. It's so similar to the shaggier. Inconsistent performance, strong at first but fades quickly. And my suspicion with this one is probably get about 4 hours, 4-5 hours. I think for a couple of hours this is gonna project. That's just suspicion. I could be way off with that. It'd be interesting to see. That's the thing with doing these blind buys and introductions. I generally don't come back to them. I might do the odd return to video or something. Maybe that's a project for the future, though. Does anyone need to return to this? Okay, I've put an opening that can be too bitter or harsh for some people's liking. Was this too bitter and too harsh? No, it wasn't for me. I was pleasantly surprised, really surprised. And I feel anyone who's got the nose used to oud, my experience is when initially smelling oud, it is harsh. It can be quite an affront on the senses, on the olfactory system, like, because if one's never smelt it, it's something new, and it is strong and it is pungent. However, when one gets accustomed to that, smelling something like this it's not off-putting. It's actually a warm welcome. Though I couldn't see why it'd be off-putting for some. Some customers may find the scent too weak or unexceptional. Yeah, I think this would probably do well in a daytime situation. I can smell this getting stronger. I suspect there's quite a bit of isoe super in this. It's got that molecule 1 vibe. May not live up to the hype of other oud-based fragrances. May not be worth the high price tag for some customers. Well, it's not a high price, I don't think, £65 for a solid fragrance. Because this would be a solid fragrance. Albeit it's not for every occasion, and it certainly requires choosing the occasion wisely. Go to a sports event, something like a football match or Formula 1 racing, something. I'd like to think sunshiny weather. However, there's that potential cloying. So top notes are black pepper, bitter orange, neroli. Middle notes, saffron, cardamom, olibanum. Base notes, Agarwood, oud, patchouli and Leatherwood. So it's not listing isoe super, however, it's got that vibe to it. Right, let's have a look at some of the comments then. Okay, gentlemen here, I agree that this is an elegant and handsome scent. It is, to my nose, a beautiful melange of wood notes with a sweet yet veiled flowery aspect. I do not smell the patchouli at all. I'm not very familiar with oud, but I assume it asserts itself in the bouquet. I sense something very retro and nostalgic in its dry down, but I cannot pinpoint of what it reminds me. I consider this for evening wear, especially in cooler weather. I think once the surfeit of inventory some have alluded to this, has been depleted. It will be very coveted and very overpriced. Buy it now that it's selling for a reasonable price. That was 4th of the 10th, 23. Okay, so yeah, he said similar to what I said about the nostalgia. It feels like there's an old thing involved in this. It smells sort of semi-dated, however still contemporary, even though that is a contradiction. Okay, so another one. This is so similar to Oud Wood. The opening is a bit jarring. A blast of bitter orange with an underlying spicy wood. Once it settles, it smells exactly like Oud Wood, except with citrus at the forefront. It's okay, but I like the darker tone of Oud Wood sets. This is light and fresh. When you want Oud Wood, woody, oud a little bit fresher, lighter, with a touch of lemon twist, then you can come close to Oud Noir. However, woody oud has the best longevity of the three, but they all smell great. But for autumn, windy days and fresh nights, this scent is warm, lovely. It smells way more expensive than it is. Classy and clean. Friendly luxury. Smell 10 out of 10. Performance 8 out of 10. Projection 8 out of 10. This is essentially a cheaper version of Shaggy. It really is. The more I'm wearing it, the more I'm feeling that, getting that vibe. Shaggy's a lot more deeper. The oud really comes out once the citrus is dissipated. The oud is strong underneath Shaggy. This is like a diluted version of it. Probably a more wearable version, if to be fair. Shaggy is strong, very strong. And yeah, that does take a certain type of nose to be wanting to wear that. This is a lot milder version. The physical manifestation of this fragrance is going out at night in white button down, wearing a gold chain and undoing an extra button. Tom Selleck. Blind bought hoping for Oud Wood smooth. Oud Noir leans more towards Bulgari's Man in Black sharpness. There's, yeah, okay, I'll get my words there. I didn't think of Man in Black until he said that. The resemblance for the Man in Black would be for me the peppery. There's a pepperiness to this. That is 100% similar to Man in Black. They're for me the only similarities I could say. The juice is fucking amazing, absolute divine. The oud is not so in the face like any other Arabic smell, but the mix of spices with flowers and wood notes make it awesome. But the performance is below medium. I want this to last longer. I think I'll have to hide it for a while to get macerated. And one more thing. This is not discontinued. Not for now. Blind Boy? Question mark. Hell yes. If you want to smell like a badass. Update. Great smell. But very, 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 very weak. Sad face. I'm hoping this isn't weird. Though what I'd say to that, it's okay if it's weak. Just really flipping overspray for a start, and take a bottle out with you and take a decanter out. I like to top up anyway. Yeah, after 3-4 hours, I like to top up. Another guy here. Holy crap, this bottle a year ago didn't last that long, maybe 5 hours. Now, when I'm writing this 13 hours later, I'm still getting wafts of it. I love this stuff. Well, that's interesting. And that was back in February. So, Maybe it's been reformulated for the better then. But that, you know, if they've done that, well, it's usually the other way around from my experience. This is one of the best designer fragrance that I've ever smelled. And when I got it, I was like, $50 for 100ml. They really hit this one out of the park. I don't know why they discontinue this shit like this and keep mediocre lines like Eros. But Eros gets the sales. Unexpected marzipan opening. Why am I the only one to notice? Probably because you're smelling the Christmas cake, mate. There's no marzipan in that. Almond, isn't it? Marzipan, yeah. Lady here saying, OMG, I'm obsessed. Please don't expect me to go into specific fragrances because my nose doesn't work like that. But this is insane. I work a 12-hour shift and it lasted until I got home. It has a sweetness to it. You can absolutely smell the woodiness. It has a scent that warms you to your soul. After about 4 hours, I can definitely pick up a burnt orange smell and it's so sexy. I wanted to get into fragrance but was worried. But after this hit, I will be getting so deep into fragrance from now on. Highly recommend. Well, that's a real good testament. Oh, what can I say? I'm going to leave it there, really, and just say I'm not disappointed. For a blind buy, for a £65 blind buy, even if one wasn't to like it, it's a bit of a hit. I've took bigger hits. There's a lot there, so there's a lot of fragrance. If you didn't like that, left. Though I can imagine wouldn't have a problem getting any type of resale value for this. A lot of people are saying it's discontinued and then saying it's not. I didn't have a problem getting it, or there's plenty of stockists here in the UK that I could purchase it off. So whether it's like a regional thing, perhaps some of these people having difficulties living in America or somewhere. So what would I give this? At the moment, I think I'm going to go with a 7 out of 10. And the reason why, not that that's any scale or anything. I mean, I don't even know what 7 out of 10 means. Or 10 out of 10. It's more to do with I've smelt this before. I've smelt this with, as I've said numerous times throughout this video, is Parfums de Marly Shaggy. And Shaggy to me is a far superior scent. A lot more, the ingredients are a lot more, I would say, refined. One wouldn't think that when smelling Shaggy for the first time, because it is very, very pungent. This is an easier on the nose Shaggy, which probably why it becomes, probably why a lot of people like it. It's more popular. Though, what can I say? If you like this and you like that, and you want to go that next level, Shaggy, I'd try it. I'd try it. The only thing with Shaggy is the lemon in it, the lime. Is it lime actually? It's very, very strong for a while. So if you don't like lime, ignore that suggestion. Otherwise, yeah, again, I know this is a Versace video, though I don't think you go far wrong. Shaggy is about 150, 60 quid here in the UK. So, though, would you need it with this? No, you wouldn't. I don't know, it's only if you're a collector or obsessed about this type of fragrance that I go for Shaggy, or you like PDM fragrances. But yeah, what can I say? I'll be wearing this. It's autumn here, so the ideal. This has really worked well throughout the afternoon, early evenings. I feel autumn days, no problem. We'll leave it at that, and I'd just like to thank you all for spending some time here. Fragrance reviews, first experiences, blind buys. I wish you all a great day, creating value in your lives and environment. Bye.